What's good, YouTube? I know it's been a minute, and my bad. But I was stressed out, man. I was stressed out with the process I was going through with buying our new home. I was stressed out with how I was trading at the end of the year. It was a lot of craziness going on last year. But I'm going to get into all of that. We're going to discuss all of those things, man. We're going to get right into it. I'm glad y'all tapped back in. I'm going to be more consistent. I promise that. You know how they do, like, new year, new me. That's how I'm going to do with YouTube, man. I'm going to make sure I'm consistent with giving y'all the game. Make sure I'm consistent with helping y'all with everything that y'all need to know about trading, business. And I'm going to make sure I keep y'all in the know with my personal journey. You know, with all that being said, let's get into it. Now, if you follow me, you seen this crazy $100,000 play overnight. It was insane. I literally made $100,000 overnight. But let's get into the story of how that even happened. And I want to tell y'all the aftermath of everything I learned from that one individual play. Now, I was on the phone with my boy J Trey. And it's kind of crazy because every single time that it's like some crazy play or some type of epiphany that I have about the market, me and J Trey end up on the phone. Now, I had two positions on Roku. One was a weekly and one I had some time on it. But Roku wasn't going my way and I had puts. Now, in my mind, I'm like, man, Roku can drop at any moment because you know, I was in Roku one other time that had me thinking about the trade because on that Friday, Roku ran on that Wednesday, ran on that Thursday, and dumped on that Friday. And it literally was following that same trend. So I'm like, yo, I'm not missing my moment this time because last time I sold it Friday morning right before the dump and I was in the red and I could have got all of my bread back. And I said, nah, that's not happening this time. I'm ready for whatever is following the same trend. I'm gonna catch it. But I was in a little too early, but you know, that was all fine. So when me and J Trey was on the phone, I'm going off about this. I'm telling him about the trade. I'm telling him about the previous trade. I'm like, bro, Roku fell last time. It's following the same trend. It could potentially happen again. So we literally talking about this for like 30 minutes and the market was about to close. So, you know, I'm down on my positions. I'm like, yo, I already got cooked on my positions because I was in there way too early, right? So I'm like, yo, I gotta make something shake. So I'm like, yo, J Trey, check this out, man. I'm gonna do something very, very risky, man. You know, it can either go my way or it can go left, right? So I was like, look, I'm gonna sell the puts that I have time on. I'm gonna take the capital from that and I'm gonna average down on my weekly position. I do not recommend this to anyone. This was a risky trade. Really out of pocket. No discipline. It was just a quick, risky strategy. I mean, shit, you can say I was gambling. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Something I do not recommend that anyone do. But, like I said, I had that conviction from last time. I wasn't following no technicals or anything. This was literally something that I seen before happening again. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna take advantage of it this time, right? So, when it happened, I averaged down. So that instantly averaged my puts down when I got in on that weekly. You know what I'm saying? Because that weekly had got cooked. So when I averaged down, it took me all the way down. I think at the time, the average price of the contracts was about $40. And it took me down to about $70. So I knew that any gap down that I was gonna get in the morning was gonna take me where I needed to go. You know what I'm saying? So I was hyped. I'm like, yo, this is gonna be the one. I didn't know how big it was gonna be, but I'm like, this is gonna be the one. Now, mind you, I spent like 50 grand. I had 800 contracts. I was out of pocket. Yes, I understand that. I was literally out of pocket. Trade was out of pocket. You could call me a degenerate, anything. I understand I was out of pocket. The trade was out of pocket, right? So, you know, the anticipation was there all night. All night, the anticipation was there. I'm like, yo, what if this joint hit? That's 100 grand tomorrow. Like, what if it hit? So, night goes by. I cannot chill. I'm telling y'all, I cannot chill. Fast forward, I wake up, look at pre-market, Roku gaps down. Oh my goodness. It was ball game. Ball game. Exactly what I wanted to happen was happening. I was like, dog, every time you just try to play something out of your head that you want to happen, it never goes right. Never goes the way you pictured it going. But this was going the way I pictured it. So I was like, yo, this is about to be my biggest trade. If this play out like I think it's about to play out, you know what I'm saying? So, market opens. Yo, that joint jumped from 50,000 to 70,000 to 80, was playing around 80, and I felt the greed. The greed was all in me. I'm like, Reed, just take the profits, take the profits, take the profits. The greed was there, but I looked at the charts. I was like, this could fall a little bit more, man. This could be a $100,000 play. Chill. You know what I'm saying? The greed was there, the greed. And that thing kept falling, man. Went to 100, a little bit more, a little bit more. Now, I was up 112,000, but you gotta understand, I was down, so it got me out of the hole as well. So it went crazier than the profit that I earned. So it was about 137,000 in total. But it was a crazy, crazy play overnight. Now, going back to what I just told y'all, is something I do not recommend. I was out of pocket for that trade, you know what I'm saying? Because it was super risky. Putting 50,000 on a weekly, something that expires the next day, that was reckless. That was reckless. So, the trade went my way. That ended up being my biggest trade, which is crazy because I put in all of this work, all of these trades that I've done, all of this homework on. The one that I literally just put a lotto on, if you want to say that, is the one that went nuts. But that's how the cookies crumble sometimes, it is what it is. But ended up being my biggest trade. Of course I was ecstatic, I was hyped. But the story don't stop there, you know what I'm saying? Because it literally took me out of my discipline, out of my strategy, and I literally just got out of pocket. Because now, with this strategy that I thought was a good strategy, which really wasn't, I started doing, which was finding premiums and, getting in a trade with not much capital, but allowing it to, do what it do, lose a little value, and then I was averaging down, going heavy, slamming it, and then when it finally came down on the put side, I was making bands, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about 10, 20, 50. I caught another 90,000 banger. And right before the 90,000 banger, I had lost like 70,000 doing that shit. So I really was getting out of pocket, but I came back with the 90,000 banger and I just kept doing that shit. But the problem was, I started hitting on some days, I was hitting on 10,000, 20,000. And I would find myself literally mad, damn, I want to make more. It should be more. I should be up more on the day. I had no gratitude for making 5, 10, 20,000. Literally no gratitude, to the point where, it's you got to look in the mirror and say, bro, who do you think you are? The money that you're making is great money. What is this about, bro? What are you doing? And that was me. I really got out of pocket. The greed was there. The greed was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Not only was the greed crazy, the strategy was trash, for real. The strategy was trash. Period, point blank. If you're in options, you really need to stay away from averaging down. I needed to be on my grind, finding great entries off the rip, having good stop losses and things of that nature. But the trash strategy that I had wouldn't allow me to do that. So as time went on and all of this greed is building up, I'm building myself up as an influencer in this space of trading. So of course, it's gonna look great with all of these big gains and you're trying to keep up with all of these other people and compete. And that kind of messed me up as well. I wasn't even trading for myself. I was literally trading for social media, just trying to make these bigger gains and putting myself in all of these crazy risky trades trying to make bigger gains, and it really took me off of my pivot. You know what I'm saying? I started taking crazy L's, you know, and pretty much I had to get my mind right. Not only did I take some crazy L's, I missed out on some great opportunities because all of that toxicity was built in my system from making dumb decisions. You know what I'm saying? So some joints that could have been crazy trades for me, I didn't even hop in because I was like, pretty much I didn't trust myself as a trader at this point, you know, because I was just wilding, man. You know, no discipline. You know, out in the market like a chicken with his head cut off. I was out of pocket, man. I'm telling y'all, I was out of pocket. But I learned so much from that process, and I understood, like, nah, Reed. The thing about it is, like, I know that I'm a great trader. I know that I got the technicals locked and all of that. But when it came to my discipline, it was just out of pocket. My discipline was out of the window. The strategies that I talked about, the things that I was doing, it was pure contradictions to what, you know, my whole message, you know, with how to trade options. It was out of control. You know, them weeklies, I was hooked on all of that because I was trying to get to that M. I wanted that $1 million portfolio. I wanted it. But I was doing a lot of reckless things to get there. As soon as I won on that lotto, I should have just chilled out. You know, let that euphoria of winning, just let it wear off. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't allow that to wear off, you're going to find yourself in a situation like I was, man, just trying to get more. If you don't have control of that greed, if you don't have control of that eagerness to take it to the next level, you know what I'm saying? You got to control that, you know? So when it came to this year, you know, after all of that craziness, like I said, you know, we was buying a home, you know, which is the new home that we in. I'm in the office right now, so that's another thing. I'm gonna be able to record more videos because the home that we were renting out, like the office area was kind of open, so you could hear everything that was going on. I really didn't have any type of privacy to record videos, so that was another thing. But the stress of that, the stress of the down payment, all of that craziness, you gotta understand, this is a $1.2 million house. You know what I'm saying? That money, I had to have that. So, you know, I was trying to make up for that. I was trying to make more, you know, because I had to put a lot of bread up. You know what I'm saying? So my mind was in all kinds of different places at that time, you know. And after that situation, all of that bad trading that I did, you know, I was so disappointed in myself. Because it went on for like 3 months. You know what I'm saying? It was out of pocket. It went on way too long. And the crazy thing about it, I had a monster year. You know what I'm saying? And I pretty much messed all of the momentum I built as a disciplined trader up in that moment. So I'm telling y'all, man, you know, of course, you want to run it up. You want to scale up. You want to scale up your portfolio. You want to do these things. But I'm telling y'all right now, while you are on this journey, you know, learn everything that you can learn. Master your emotions before you scale up. You know what I'm saying? Because when you scale up and there's more money on the table, I'm telling y'all, the risk management has to be on point. You know, you're going to find yourself down 10, 20,000. You're going to make a decision to cut that. You know, are you going to be ready for that? You got to ask yourself that question. Or you can find yourself up 50, 100,000. Are you ready to take profits or are you going to be greedy? You got to think about these things when you're in the market, man, because I know that you're going to be able to scale up your account and you're going to get to a level where you're trading a 6-figure to 7-figure account and, you know, it's going to be your time. Trust me, I believe it. You know what I'm saying? It happened for me, so I know it can happen for you. And I'm ready to see that. And when it does happen, you know, come back to my YouTube. Let me know what went down and how you feeling. I want to know your journey. You know what I'm saying? I believe in you. And with all that being said, that's what happened with the $100,000 trade for everybody that want to know. I was out of pocket, you know what I'm saying? But we back on it. Fine-tune my strategy. I'm strong right now. I'm going hard in the market right now, and I'm not letting up. My discipline is on point, you know what I'm saying? I'm cutting losses, taking profits, going crazy. Today, I actually just turned a $4,000 investment to $18,000 on this swing from last week to this morning. It was a great trade. Man, I'm feeling good about this year. The momentum is built. I learned a lot, man. Yo, don't think of things as losses. Think of the things that go left in your life as lessons. You know what I'm saying? If you think of it like a lesson, you will learn from it. You know what I mean? You have to learn from it, and you have to change your behavior. And I'm telling y'all can take y'all portfolios wherever you want to take it. With all that being said, y'all know where to find me. I'm in Stock Market Moves. Check out my Discord. You know what I'm saying? If you want to trade with me, I'm telling y'all, I've been on fire, man. I'm back with a vengeance. I'm back with a vengeance, man. I'm not playing. You know what I mean? I'm sticking to the discipline, sticking to my strategy, and I'm running it up this year, period, point blank. And I want to help you run it up as well. So, make sure you tap into the Discord. Hit me up on social media. You want to chop it up, hit me up in the comments. And I do a lot of lives, on Twitter, Clubhouse, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you tap into those. And with all that being said, man, I appreciate y'all, man, for coming back and rocking with your boy. I'm going to be on here a whole lot more, I'm going to have a lot of video content, a lot of fire, and I'm going to make sure y'all get to where y'all need to go. And with all that being said, the world is yours. It's your boy Rico.